Well, Terez has been, working. Juwan wasn't able to play. Um, Terez has worked some at that spot. I thought he stepped in, did a solid job for us. He's been with us for a year and a half, and worked hard, made steady improvement.
How did not having Jawan affect how you guys handled communication, like green dot type stuff, and how did that go, in the game?
Yeah, it went fine. We practice multiple players doing the signal calling, so it's not. Hopefully, we have a lot of people that can do it, and depending on what defensive grouping we're in and so forth. We have some flexibility on that. We've had a number of different guys do it for them just to be comfortable with it. So I think it was all right.
And just one last on that topic, I think so, just fans maybe who follow the team and even reporters might have been surprised that it was Terez stepping in there, and maybe something that people who follow the team can deduce is that the fact he had been in the system for a full year and had a full training camp and knowledge of the system might have been part of that, compared to like Josh and Anthony who are rookies. And I'm curious if you would maybe agree with that analysis as to why that might lead you in Terez's direction in that situation.
Yeah. Well, Anthony played in there some too, and Josh had more of a third down role in this game.
Next question, Karen Guridian, followed by Evan Lazar.
Good afternoon, Bill. I was just wondering, since you've now hit the midway point of the season, what do you like about your team, and do you think they've established an identity as yet?
I think we just approach each week trying to prepare and game plan and compete to do the best we can that Sunday or Monday, whenever the game is. So that's what we've tried to do all year. We'll just take it week by week going forward and try to do the best we can to get ready to go and play another good football team this week. So this will be a big challenge for us, but we'll just take it one week at a time and day by day.
Is there a quality that stands out about your team that you like at this point?
Yeah, I mean the teams. Look, we've had to make adjustments and during the course of the season. I think they've handled those pretty well. And it's a competitive team that has a good work ethic. Compete every week, so just trying to work to a higher standard of performance all the way across the board, and we'll continue to do that.
Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
Next question, Evan Lazar, followed by Steve Sanchez.
Hey, Coach. Now that you guys have gotten a chance to see Carl Davis on the field and play a little bit last night, I just wanted to hear your impressions of what you've seen so far out of him.
Well, as you said, it was a small window, but he did some positive things, and we'll see how it goes going forward. He hasn't had a lot of time with us, but he has some experience, and so we'll just again take it day by day and see how things work out going forward. I don't know what that'll be.
Is he the type of guy that you kind of view as like a nose tackle type, or could you see him playing maybe a little bit at the end for you guys too?
Yeah, I mean, again, we haven't had him for very long. This week we worked him primarily inside, but he's got good length, and so that might be a possibility. Depend on at this point, just what our game plan is, what we're trying to get him ready to do. But I'd say physically, he probably has enough skill to handle a number of different positions along the defensive line.
Next question, Steve Sanchez, followed by Mike Reese.
Good afternoon, Bill.
Hey, Steve.
There's a play in the fourth quarter where Cam eluded a sack there on a second down play. Do you feel that he's progressed, especially last night's game? He looked a lot different than previous games.
And so I'm sorry. So Steve, you mentioned eluding the sack. So what? Can you give me the question again? Sorry.
Did you see Cam's progression in the fourth quarter? A lot better than what he has been doing in the last 4 games.
I think Cam's made steady progress. Throughout the course of the season, thought he did a good job last night, for the most part, getting the ball out on time. The play I think you're referring to, he's got obviously size and strength in the pocket. He's a hard guy to tackle, and he was able to elude the rush a couple times, and there on that last drive, he was able to get the ball out for an incomplete pass and avoid a sack, which turned out to be valuable yards on the final kick. So, but overall, the ball came out pretty quickly last night, and Jets were applying a lot of pressure. I thought he did a good job of identifying pre-snap where he wanted to go, and got the ball to the right place.
Was that more like simplifying the offense for him, Coach?
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's whatever the game plan is, but I mean, with a team like the Jets, you could run the same play 10 times in a row and probably get, 8 different defenses. So it's not, it's a function of what, the number of things that, your opponents do. So each time it's a little bit different, or they try to make it look the same and give you a different blitz, or a little different, a little different combination of how they're playing the players, or the stunts that go with it, and so forth. So it's just a matter of reading our keys on each play, both at quarterback and the other positions, and following through our assignments. But Jets certainly gave us a lot of pressure and a lot of different ways of bringing the pressure, as expected, as that's what Coach Williams does, and so he gave us plenty of it last night, all the way up to the last play.
Next question, Mike Reese, followed by Mike Hurley.
Bill, did anything jump out to you on Jakob and his play? That was a lot of snaps for him in the game, and anything stand out to you from his performance?
Yeah, right. Well, we were in that personnel grouping quite a bit, Mike, as you mentioned, and Yak's a tough, downhill point of attack type blocker. Thought he showed good toughness, sticking it in there and blocking defensive linemen at times, and primarily linebackers, and was able to move the pile a little bit. But that was a good. He's a good hard-nosed, tough fullback.
And then my last one was just, have you been able to get Isaiah Ford in the building, just sort of like move that forward to at least sort of just start to work with him? I know you guys just obviously got back. It's a quick turnaround, but just more to check in as that time frame sort of maybe gets you to the point you could do that.
Yes, same thing with Mack. Yeah, both those players are now, I would say, working into our system. Yes.
And final question will be Michael Hurley.
Hey, Bill, I was curious on the play just before the field goal at the end. Jacoby found a pretty big gap in the defense behind the linebackers there. Was that by design, or was that Jacoby, reading the defense and finding a spot and Cam knowing where he'd be?
Yeah, I think it was, first of all, a good play call by Josh, and thought the play was pretty well executed. Cam did a nice job of, looking off to the other side of the field, and he drew a lot of coverage over there. So when Jacoby came inside on the in cut, there really wasn't any underneath coverage. It was a good clean throw, and Cam put it right on him. So it was a well executed play, and I would say if you watch the play, you'll see that Cam had a lot to do with creating that space in the defense by the way he moved the underneath coverage with his eyes before he came back to make that throw. It's not nicely done by Cam.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks, everyone.
Well, great. Thank you. Next.
Head to Dunkin' for the snackin' menu. America runs on Dunkin'.
In New England, we are resilient. It takes hard work to earn respect. Sometimes it takes decades. And it always takes someone being on your side.
Ready or not.
Gillette ProGlide and ProGlide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you're ready for the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
For over 60 years, this team has transformed itself into a championship organization. For over 160 years, our team has demonstrated a similar mentality. There are no days off. Our front lines are fortified by people who sacrifice individuality for the team. Our shelves are also stocked with the best quality products and ingredients. Our team members know their roles. We're proud to do our jobs. Shaw's, the official supermarket of the 6-time champion New England Patriots.
Head to Dunkin' for the snackin' menu. America runs on Dunkin'.
In New England, we are resilient. It takes hard work to earn respect. Sometimes it takes decades.